Alright, in this short tutorial we are going to use processing and gHowl to export some live capture audio using your computer's microphone to Grasshopper in Rhino. We're going to start off with an out-of-the-box example from processing from the sound library. What it's called is sine wave signal. And when we play sine wave signal, what it does is it draws two sine curves and produces a sound, and by moving your mouse around you can manipulate the frequency of the sine curves and frequency of the sound. So if we close out of that, that's the script that we're going to be modifying. Now when you install gHowl, I'm going to open up a new script. When you install gHowl, it comes with a series of libraries that you need to install first of all. So first drop this in your Grasshopper components plugins folder. And in gHowl, we want the processing libraries. These libraries you want to unzip and drop into your processing folder. But if we open up the UDP examples folder, UDP is the name of the pretty much the gHowl component that we're going to use to talk to Grasshopper. If we open up sound, you can see a Grasshopper definition that I'm about to load up in Rhino, and we have a folder as our processing script. Now this is exactly the same script that we just saw, slightly modified so that it will communicate with gHowl. So here are our sine curves, right? So it works the same way, but when we open up our Grasshopper definition, I had this open a little bit earlier, so it's in recent files. But if we load this up and then run that same processing script, it creates a surface for us that, as we manipulate processing, it manipulates in Grasshopper as well, as you can see there. So I'm going to close out of that. And I'm also going to, I already compared these two scripts and figured out how they differ and how the one that communicates with gHowl already works. Basically, you're importing special libraries in order to do it, and there are some slight modifications that happen in the body of the script. But if we open up another out-of-the-box example from the sound library called getLineIn, this is a similar processing script. It has nothing to do with gHowl. We're going to adapt this to communicate. But what it does is it draws two similar curves that we saw. And this is, of course, based on the live capture of the computer microphone. So we're going to try to take from processing these scripts and bring them into Grasshopper in the same way. So I'm going to close out of that. What's most important, well, first and foremost, you need to copy your libraries over. And again, I already said I installed these libraries. So where those two differ is the import minim signals. So we're just going to copy that in. Minim is set, audio output out versus input in. This is one of the major differences between these scripts. We're going to look at that again in a second later, but we're going to leave input in. And sine wave sine is specific to this particular processing script, but import for hypermedia and UDP, these are libraries that communicate with gHowl, so we want to copy those over. So when we go check out our setup menu, everything's what needs to be copied here is the UDPS. Again, UDP is the name of the gHowl component that communicates with processing. So we're going to copy that parameter in, and then in draw there are a few other slight modifications. I got to give a lot of credit to Liam in the draw area. We were figuring this out here. As you can see, there are 4 notes and 2 lines versus just 2 lines. We're trying to figure out exactly what to copy in from here, and we determined that we need to carry these 2 floats over. So I'm just going to copy paste those in. And now again, like I said, here everything, anytime that out is written in the wave signal, we actually want to write in here. So we're going to change, instead of out, we're going to switch to in, and again here. Oops. And then also draw menu, we want to create a string message. The UDP component sends strings from processing into the Grasshopper definition, and it knows how to handle those and draw these waveforms in 3D. So that defines the message string, and we also want it here too, and that I believe is still inside the brackets. Yeah. So we'll copy that message related string over, and then everything here for string, IP, and insert. These are all in the gHowl script. This is the IDP that it's listening for and the port that it's listening to. And that should be everything that we need. If we hit play now, hopefully gHowl picks everything up, and it looks like things are working out okay. You can see the ripples according to the sine wave. And if I start shout, it's going to have higher waveforms. And if I'm quieter, it'll be a little more calm. Hope this is helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. Have fun, play around, and see you next time.